And we are back. Yes, we are. Roll up, everybody gather, come and join. One man went to mow, we're doing it again. The session commences and your company is required. Just the usual afternoon session doesn't usually last more than 2 hours. May even just last the duration of however long it takes me to read out the talking point, depending on how it goes. But the session commences and your company is required. One man went to mow, the eagle has landed.
Water, only water. Water, only water, where they see ma. Water, 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 water. Water, only water, where they see ma. Hapa o naido. Hapa you don't come o. Hapa o naido. Oro kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù yé o. Ide sodi ya kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù re o. Bobby master kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù re o. Chief Latif kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù re o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù dé. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù dòdò jàre o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ Ghana ti dé ẹgbẹ́ bọ́dì o. Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ ẹ̀yẹ o, ó dìlé o. Odúyẹ̀lá ẹ̀yẹ o, ó dìlé o. Petrosoname ẹ̀yẹ o, ó dìlé o. Petrosodúnkẹ́ ẹ̀yẹ rẹ̀ ó dìlé o. Ẹlẹ́kọ̀ ọ̀run mú yo. Hapa you don come o. Hapa o naido. Oro kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù yé o. Ide sodi ya kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù re o. Bobby master kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù re o. Chief Latif kẹ̀kẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù re o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mù dé. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ ẹgbẹ́ ẹlẹ́mù dòdò jàre o. Eruku lẹ̀lẹ̀ Ghana ti dé ẹgbẹ́ bọ́dì o. Ọmọ ẹlẹ́yẹ ẹ̀yẹ o, ó dìlé o. Odúyẹ̀lá ẹ̀yẹ o, ó dìlé o. Petrosoname ẹ̀yẹ o, ó dìlé o. Petrosodúnkẹ́ ẹ̀yẹ rẹ̀ ó dìlé o. Ẹlẹ́kọ̀ ọ̀run mú ìní o. Àkùkọ ọ̀run mẹ́kọ̀. Ikú kò ní rí wa gbéṣe o.
And there we are. Iku kò ní rí wa gbéṣe by the K guides. So Iku kò ní rí wa gbéṣe, as guys, I bring you this. Let me see where we are, where we're starting from. Yes. So now this is the latest development now. EFCC SSS raid the residence of our Supreme Court Judge Mary Odili. So there you are. It's just this is now what is going on. This is where we are now. So that's just what we're contending with. Again, the headline: EFCC SSS raid residence of Mary Odili, a Supreme Court judge. So there we are. So now the SSS. Let's see. The EFCC and SSS pick on the raid. So the first headline is the raid, and then the second headline is them speaking on the raid. So quite what led to that raid, we'll find out as soon enough. But another judge speaks how Attorney General Malami misled me to sign warrant to raid Supreme Court Judge ODILI'S house. So that's the chief magistrate in some courts in Abuja that is saying that. So Malami again, he strikes again that name, just a recurring decimal in all of the wrongdoings in that country. Soldiers, police operatives search Mary ODILI'S residence in Abuja. So there you are, Igbo hostile on a Supreme Court judge. This is where we are now. No election in Anambra order did not come from Nnamdi Kanu. So this is Senator ABARIBE speaking, essentially now suggesting that the ESN IPOB operatives are operating outside of the orders of their lead man, Nnamdi Kanu. Army take down IPOB gunmen behind attack on DSS officers in Anambra. So plenty of pictures to go with this, but of course, I'm sure plenty of people will come and say X, Y, Z, and the other. But this is what has happened in spite of whatever fanciful narrative anybody has to explain the inexplicable away. So all of that in play, what's just needed now, is just you kick back, sit back, relax. We're coming via the Eastern Quarters, via another Python dance. And as ever, the hyperlink is in the comment section if you want to come and partake directly on the screen. So first, to the Python dance. IPOB,
win the war. Python that's 1, Python that's 2. Now Python that's 3. Unaboli Mary Nnamdi win the war. Python that's 1, Python that's 2. Now Python that's 3. Unaboli Mary Nnamdi bu onye du IPOB. O Mary woni nizu ngiro ya. Abakare Mamanda Ora Unaburi Mary Nnamdi win the war. Python that's 1, Python that's 2. Now Python that's 3. Unaburi Mary Nnamdi win the war. Python that's 1, Python that's 2. Now Python that's 3. Unaburi Mary Nnamdi win the war. Python that's 1, Python that's 2. Now Python that's 3. Unaboli Mary Nnamdi win the war. Python that's 1, Python that's 2. Now Python that's 3. Unaboli Mary Nnamdi win the war. Python that's 1, Python that's 2. Now Python that's 3. Unaboli Mary Nnamdi.
And there we are. Python dance once, Python dance twice. Another Python dance. So another Python dance, as guys, I bring you this. So actually, let me start from. Okay, just hold on 1 second. I did have these things lined up in sequence, but let me just bear with me 1 second. Okay, so let me start from here. Soldiers, police operatives search Mary ODILI'S residence. Security operatives on Friday conducted a search on the home of Mary ODILI, a justice of the Supreme Court in Abuja. The Supreme Court justice is the wife of Peter ODILI, a former governor of Rivers State, who is currently on the watch list of the EFCC, who is currently on the watch list of the Economics and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. The security operatives who were made up of soldiers and officers of the Nigerian police force identified themselves as members of a joint task force. The security operatives who came with a search warrant said they received information on illegal activities going on in the house. Correspondents visited the residence of the judge on Friday night and observed heavy security presence during the police and army and observed heavy security presence rather involving the police and army. Several persons were also seen seated in the front of the judge's residence. The security operatives were, however, said to have not discovered anything of interest in relation to the alleged illegal activities and left about an hour later. Meanwhile, the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC denied the involvement of its operatives in the search. The attention of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC has been drawn to claims in a section of the media that operatives of EFCC today, October the 29th, 2021, stormed the Maitama Abuja home of a judge of the Supreme Court, Justice Mary Odili, purportedly to execute a search. Wilson Ujumaren, EFCC spokesman, said in a statement, the commission, by this statement, wishes to inform the public that the report is false as it did not carry out any operation at the home of Justice Odili. If there was any such operation as claimed by the media, it was not carried out by the EFCC. The commission enjoins the public to discountenance the report. So there you are. So that's the opening salvo. And EFCC further hammers down on that. So we now go properly to the EFCC headline. EFCC SSS speak on raid on Supreme Court Judge Mary ODILI'S residence. Pardon me. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, the EFCC, has distanced itself from the invasion of the home of Mary Odili, the Justice of the Nigerian Supreme Court in Abuja. The SSS, the State Secret Service SSS, also denied involvement in the raid in a text message sent to correspondents on Friday. Media reports surfaced on Friday evening that Mrs. Odili's Maitama Abuja residence was raided by armed operatives of the EFCC. The apex court judge is the wife of Peter Odili, a former governor of Rivers State, who has been having a running battle with the anti-graft agency. Recently, the Federal High Court in Abuja restrained the EFCC and other security agencies in the country from arresting or prosecuting Mr. Odili on account of his stewardship as governor of Rivers State between 1999 and 2007. The court order followed a suit that was instituted by Mr. Odili against the Nigerian Immigration Service for impounding his international passport upon his return to Nigeria from the United Kingdom in June this year. The NIS, in its defense, had informed the presiding judge that it seized Mr. Odili's traveling documents based on a request by the EFCC. But in a statement on Friday night by EFCC spokesman Wilson Uwajere, the agency said the media report is false as it did not carry out any operation at the home of Justice Odili. If there was any such operation as claimed by the media, it was not carried out by the EFCC, the statement said. In the statement titled EFCC did not carry out any operation in Justice Odili's home, the Anti-Graft Commission urged the public to disregard the report. So SSS raid Justice Odili's home. Meanwhile, a source at the Supreme Court told correspondents that operatives of the State Secret Service SSS were responsible for the raid on Mrs. Odili's residence. I learned that the operatives of the SSS were the ones who raided Mrs. Odili's residence, a source who pleaded anonymity said. When correspondents reached out to the SSS spokesperson, Peter Afanayan, for statements, he simply replied in a text message, "No, we didn't, please." Mrs. Odili is currently the second most senior justice of the Supreme Court. Her colleagues' homes were raided by SSS in 2016. The SSS in a Gestapo manner, the SSS in a Gestapo manner raided the home of John Okoro and Sylvester Ngwata, who is now deceased, alongside the residence of Adeniyi Ademola and Nnamdi Dingba of the Federal High Court in Abuja. So note those names that they are reading, of course. This is now anyway, I'm not going to tell you this is now what is going on. You already know what is going on. So let me just give you that again, then you see exactly what we're talking about here. The SSS in a Gestapo manner raided the homes of, note the names, John Okoro, yes, and Sylvester Ngwata, who is now deceased, alongside the residence of Adeniyi Ademola Nnamdi Dingba of the Federal High Court in Abuja. While the charges were not preferred against Okoro, Messrs. Ngwata and Adeniyi were arraigned in court. The FCT High Court dismissed the charges against Adeniyi after the prosecution concluded his case. Mr. Ngwata's case was terminated on technical grounds before the prosecution could conclude. So I don't think anybody is off any doubt anymore what is going on within that country now. So it's just it's there for you to see. So it is there for you to see. Let me see. So we've done this one. We've done this one. Oh, so bear with me. Okay. Okay, so now let's now go to exactly what happened and how we got here. How Attorney General Malami's ministry misled me to sign warrant to raid Supreme Court Judge ODILI'S residence, Chief Magistrate. The Chief Magistrate of Wuse Zone 6, pardon me, the Chief Magistrate of Wuse Zone 6 Magisterial Division in Abuja, sorry, bear with me. The Chief Magistrate of Wuse Zone 6 Magisterial Division in Abuja, Emmanuel Iyana, has admitted that he was lied to, which led him sign a search warrant for the residence of the Supreme Court Judge, Mary Odili. Iyana said he was misled by the Federal Ministry of Justice under Attorney General Abubakar Malami, according to a court order obtained by correspondence. The Chief Magistrate consequently revoked the search warrant he approved against Justice Odili's residence due to... Sorry, bear with me. Just bear with me one moment, please. So bear with me, where was I? Sorry, let me start all over again. How Attorney General Malami's ministry misled me to sign warrants to raid Supreme Court Judge ODILI'S residence, Chief Magistrate. The Chief Magistrate of Wuse Zone 6 Magisterial Division in Abuja, Emmanuel Iyana, has admitted that he was lied to, which made him sign a search warrant for the residence of a Supreme Court Judge, Mary Odili. Iyana said he was misled by the Federal Ministry of Justice under Attorney General Abubakar Malami, according to a court order obtained by correspondence. The Chief Magistrate consequently revoked the search warrant he approved against Justice Odili's residence due to misinterpretation in the first information application supplied by an ad hoc public asset recovery panel domiciled under the Justice Ministry and overseen by Malami. Upon misrepresentation to this honorable court that led to the issuance of a search warrant in favor of joint panel recovery, Ministry of Justice against House 9, Imo Street, Maitama, Abuja, dated October the 29th, 2021. In view of the above fact, the search The said search warrant is hereby revoked, he ruled. Armed operatives had stormed ODILI'S residence bearing a warrant that was issued based on a whistleblower information from Aliu Umar, an Abuja resident. Umar had deposed on October the 13th that there were illegal activities going on at number 9 Imo Street, Maitama, that should warrant immediate action from the law enforcement. The whistleblower also said in court filings that the tip-off was supplied to the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC. This prompted Iyana to issue a warrant on October the 29th for the property to be searched. Subsequently, operatives mobilized to ODILI'S house based on the warrant, seeking to forcibly search it in the evening of October the 29th, the same day the warrant was approved. But the chief magistrate said in a fresh order, in view of the above fact, the said search warrant is hereby revoked. Correspondents had on Friday reported that Mary is the wife of Peter Odili, a former governor of Rivers State, who is currently on EFCC watch list. The security operatives were said to consist of soldiers and officers of the Nigerian police force who identified themselves as members of a joint task force. A statement by the EFCC spokesperson Wilson Umajere had read, the attention of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC has been drawn to claims in a section of the media that operatives of the commission today, October the 29th, 2021, stormed the Maitama Abuja home of a judge of the Supreme Court, Justice Mary Odili, purportedly to execute a search. The commission, by this statement, wishes to inform the public that the report is false, as it did not carry out any operation at the home of Justice Odili. If there was any such operations as claimed by the media, it was not carried out by the EFCC. The commission enjoins the public to discountenance the report. So there you are. That's just what's played out at Justice Odili's residence. So from Justice Odili, we stay still within the East. No election in Anambra order did not come from Nnamdi Kanu. So so it's not justice, but Senator Abaribe speaks his truth to the space. Senator Eyinaya Abaribe, the minority leader of the Nigerian Senate, has revealed that the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, never gave the order for elections not to hold in Anambra State. Senator Abaribe made the Senator Abaribe, let me start all over again. Senator Yenaya Abaribe, the minority leader of the Nigerian Senate, has revealed that the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, never gave the order for elections not to hold in Anambra State. Senator Abaribe made the submission on Thursday, October the 28th, 2021, when he addressed a town hall meeting with the leadership and students of the Nnamdi Kanu Azikiwe University, UKA or OKA. The town hall meeting, which was held at the ASUU NAU building, was organized by Valentine Ozigbo, the flag bearer of the People's Democratic Party PDP, in the 2021 Anambra Guba election to present his manifesto to the university community. Whilst addressing the large gathering, Senator Abaribe revealed that he called Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, who confirmed that the order did not come from the IPOB leader, accusing unknown fifth columnist of engineering the rumors, who gave the order that there will be no election. IPOB has never said that there will be no election in Anambra. It is the handiwork of fifth columnists, Senator Abaribe said. The respected lawmaker went on. Sorry, bear with me. The respected lawmaker went on to drum support for the PDP candidate describing him as a gentleman with impeccable character. When I decide to support anyone seeking public office, I am more interested in the character of the person. If you cannot stand up for your people, you don't deserve to be a leader. Anambra deserves a governor that would not only go to Abuja plate in hand. We want a governor that will stay in Anambra and work for his people. It is rare for me to endorse a candidate publicly, but in Val, I have seen someone who is sincere, qualified, and eager to work for the people. Hold me responsible in the unlikely event that he does not fulfill his promises. Anambra roads are a nightmare, and we are suffering from it. Every citizen wants quality roads, electricity, education, and healthcare. In my interaction with Ndi Anambra, an average Anambra person needs a governor with impeccable character, and that man is Valentine Ozigbo. So go out and tell your people that a great change is coming in Anambra State, and it is coming from Val and the PDP. Senator ABARIBE, who represents Abia South in the Green Chambers, added. In his address, so it goes, okay, let me just a couple more paragraphs. So let me just give you, in his address, Ozigbo urged the university community to carry out due diligence on all the candidates contesting the November the 6th election. Mr. Peter Odili, the immediate past governor of Anambra, who also spoke at the event, said that he was excited to dialogue with the university community as they own the future. So there you are, the students' union. That's where, well, but essentially now, what essentially Senator Abaribe is saying is what we have all been discussing all the way through, that the IPOB structures is splintering into subgroups now. So if they are saying they're going to disrupt the upcoming election, but their head honcho is saying that he did not give that instruction, but it is widely circulating that they are intent on disrupting the elections, then something is amiss somewhere. And it is to that space then that Senator Abaribe speaks. So we discussed at length who took down the SSS officers just yesterday, and we knew that the response will come, and swift and fast the response has come from the authorities. Army take down IPOB gunmen behind attack on DSS officers in Anambra, and there's a lot of graphic photographs to go with this, but I'll post the link to the comment section. Obviously, I cannot show anything too graphic on our YouTube. The Nigerian Army has announced the neutralization of gunmen responsible for killing DSS officers in Akwulobia, Anambra State, on Friday. In a statement made available to correspondents signed by its spokesperson, Onyema Nwachukwu, troops also recovered AK-47 rifles, vehicles, and ammunition. The statement reads in part, troops of the 82nd Division of Nigerian Army conducting exercise Golden Dawn have neutralized 4 gunmen of the proscribed Indigenous People of Biafra IPOB/Eastern Security Network ESN in a fierce encounter at Ndobi Junction, Idimili South Local Government Area on Friday, the 29th October 2021. This followed the assailants' armed attack on personnel of security agencies deployed at Akwelobia roundabout in Aguta local government area of Anambra State, during which troops swiftly mobilized to the scene and subsequently embarked on a pursuit of the criminals along Nnewi-Nobi Road. Troops made contact with the fleeing gunmen and engaged them in a firefight, neutralizing 4 of the criminals. The gallant troops also recovered 2 AK-47s, one GILILA's blah 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 gun, one Avofeng handheld radio, and 1 black Highlander Jeep. Sadly, a personnel of one of the security agencies paid the supreme price. In a separate operation, troops have foiled another attack by IPOB/ESN gunmen at Umenke Junction in Urumba South local government area. The vigilante group overwhelmed the attackers in the shootout that ensued, forcing them to take to their heels, abandoning one pump action gun with 9 cartridges, one dark blue Ford, and 4 motorcycles, which the troops have recovered. The Army described recent attacks by IPOB/ESN as part of a plan to instill fear into the public and sabotage forthcoming Anambra governorship election. So there you are. There's a lot of photographic documentations to go with this. So I'll pop the link into the comment section and then see who's there to take it on. So we see you, Ajanle Koko, we see you, Prof. So let's go on first to Professor Data O, because we are starting from the Eastern Quarters. So, Prof, good to see you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, good morning. Are you hearing me?
Yeah, perfectly, Prof. But we're hearing only just you, though. Usually we hear you and an entourage. So, Prof, let me take you quick.
Okay. A lot has been. You have said a lot. I'm doing something. You have said a lot. The thing is this. The news you said. Okay. Whoever is causing this gunshot or whatever, I still don't believe it's ESN. Yes, you see what they are saying. ESN stroke IPOB, or you see these guys reporting the news are just trying to claim these people are responsible. No, me, I'll try and see if I can call people from that area. It could all be as the capital of Agwa local government. I know people. I live with people from Nobi, so I don't know. I'll try and see what I can, because most of this news they can declare false. But I'm not trying to say. Let me just try to stand on the fence for some time. The election, now let me go to what Nnamdi Kanu giving the order for the election not to hold. I want to say
he did not give the order, is the thing. He did not.
Yes.
And Senator ABARIBE has verified this.
Yes.
But IPOB are pushing the narrative that he has. So this is what is then telling us then that this is a rudderless group. Everybody just acting as they will.
All I see is this: ESN don't want that election to hold. You don't blame them, because this is the only way they can be able to have a stake to see that Nnamdi Kanu's released. You understand? So I don't blame them saying that they don't want that election to hold. So if the case the election will hold or not is another thing, because
Nnamdi Kanu himself has not said he doesn't want the election to hold.
Are you sure?
Well, yes. Hold on. I am sure. Are you not sure?
I know why I say so. I remember him saying that election won't hold. That's what he said. He didn't give it as an order. He said he will not hold.
Okay, but
not to insist on that. The election holding is another thing, because if you see how going around these politicians around, they're trying to make use of to Miami. University, it causes cause for concern. So the only thing there is that once that election, even if it holds, there won't be a turnout.
Prof, let me quickly give you. Prof, can you hear me? Prof.
Yeah, I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you.
Yeah, good. Let me quickly give you 4 very quick paragraphs. While addressing the large gathering, Senator ABARIBE revealed that he called Mazi Kanu's lawyer, who confirmed that the order did not come from the IPOB leader, accusing unknown 5th columnist of engineering the rumors. Who gave the order that there will be no election? IPOB has never said that there will be no election in Anambra. It is the handiwork of 5th columnist, Senator ABARIBE said. The lawmaker went on to drum support for the PDP candidate. So there you have it. So Senator ABARIBE, he phoned directly Nnamdi Kanu essentially to say, did you give the order for this election not to take place? And he said categorically to the senator, I gave no such order. So Nnamdi Kanu never gave the order. We know.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay, so whatever be the case,
is IPOB acting at will again? This is just the thing now.
what I said is simple, that the election, people don't want the election to hold because of the simple reason I gave. Nnamdi Kanu is in detention, and we don't see any reason why he should still be kept there. To me, as far as I'm concerned, they're just purposely adjourning his case. He will have a case, the next thing, adjourn, postponing and lingering and keeping the man in a dungeon. If the man was like under a form of house arrest, better. This one's in a dungeon. We all know dungeon, the state of a dungeon. So that's not a nice thing. Me personally, I don't want that election to hold.
Why not?
Because
so what then happens after the tenure of the present guy expires? What happens?
I don't know. That's another thing, but election to hold. But one thing is clear.
But you have to think about the consequences of your wishes now. So if the election doesn't hold, then what happens to Anambra State? Look at Prof.
Maybe they may come out to one political kind of assessment agreement for someone. But that's me personally. I don't want it to.
You don't want it to hold. Okay. The one thing about Prof, you're always clear in what you want or what you don't want. So you covered pretty much too. So the army now, they've taken down now these elements. They are saying that IPOB members that attacked the space. So they've acted in response and taken down 4 IPOB members, according to them. And Senator ABARIBE now telling us that Nnamdi Kanu never gave this order for the election not to take place, and he has sourced that information directly from Nnamdi Kanu himself. So who exactly gave those orders? We don't. That still remains a mystery. But now this is not a mystery. This is an alarm. Soldiers, police officers, police operatives search Mary ODILI'S residence in Abuja. So Mary ODILI is not just some ordinary person. She's a justice of the Supreme Court. And Prof, Mary ODILI is not just a justice of the Supreme Court. She's the second most senior justice of the Supreme Court. So a raid essentially against the judiciary is what just took place here. Who gave the order? Well, Malami gave the order. How Attorney General Malami's ministry misled me to sign warrant to raid Supreme Court Justice ODILI'S residence. This is an Abuja magistrate saying this, that they want him to search to sign an arrest warrant, which they then used to go and intimidate this Justice Mary ODILI in her bed at the dark of night. So what are you making of that development? It just continues to cascade and spiral, Prof.
You see, the thing is this. I don't know why that order was given. I don't know if it's because of suspicion of she's involved in embezzlement or some kind of hanky-panky deals. But to me, I feel, there's something our government is doing I don't like. They're doing things like goes on in the military regime. Right? Sacking people's house either in the night, whatever time.
We are under a military regime, though, Prof. Are we not? No, but
there's the high level of truth to what you're saying. But I don't support that. I don't see why you can't call her in the day, maybe arraign her or summon her to court. She'll come, present her facts.
You know why they said they raided the house? They said some random guy in Abuja that calls himself Umar reported that there were illegal activities going on in Mary ODILI'S house, and off the back of that, quickly they rushed to the judge to get a search warrant. And as soon as that search warrant was signed, they just launched at that woman's house. This is what they did. That Umar said something.
You see, this thing is funny. Illegal activities. Classify the illegal activities.
This is it now. Who are you to even identify it? No, nothing. Just somebody says.
The same thing there is, I know they raided our house. I'm not happy about it. But they should know that courts don't just go on exercising kind of, call it barbaric instances activities. they should, all these things they're doing is painting bad reputation of a court to the international community. So they should find a way to stop these things. And also, I think another reason why, the court behaves funny. We all have seen people that were being questioned before the judge and they fainted. And that chapter closed. No, the court should try to bring out some level of credibility. Call this woman, bring her to court, find out the illegal activity. After all, don't detectives exist? Can they find a way to find out what illegal activities are going on before they do this kind of thing? It's not bad. They're just painting the image of this nation.
There's a narrative that is emerging, Prof, that if I read you this next paragraph, you would quickly get to grips with the narrative that is emerging. So it was Mary ODILI'S house that they raided this time around, but they've also equally moved against the houses of senior justices and judges in Nigeria. So let me read you this paragraph, then it will bring you into the picture as to what is going on. The SSS, in a Gestapo manner, raided the homes of John Okoro and Sylvester Ngwata, who is now deceased, alongside the residence of Adeniyi Ademola and Nnamdi Dimgba of the Federal High Court. So you can see, I'm sure you already then, and the latest now being Mary ODILI. So quite when they will be raiding the houses of Justice Mukhtar and Danladi, that will be in the future. But for now, it's Adeniyi and ODILI that they are raiding.
The government are not thinking well. I keep saying it. This nation can't stand as one till fairness goes on. The people at the Danladis and so are worse. They do more evil than the ODILI'S, Adenis and Okuros. Why are these people left alone? The bandits, you want to tell me their houses are not known? They have been left alone. So, this government should just think twice about this thing. Because one thing I keep saying, the thing that pains me is that the nation wants to stand as one. But one of the reasons that we should keep the nation standing as one is equity, fairness. They are not allowing it to be exercised. They go on daily and flout this. So they just, as I keep saying, they don't want this nation to stand. They don't. If they want, they should exercise some level of fairness. Yesterday we were handling the matter of bandits having due process to prescribe them as bandits. That's very wrong.
So bandits get due processes, but justices of this Supreme Court they get the Gestapo style. That is it. Thank you, Prof. Stay with us just for as long as you can. Let's go on from Prof to Ajanle Koko. See if he's ready for us. Ajanle Koko, are you there?
Hey, what's up, woman?
Good to hear from you, Ajanle Koko. So now, from that spot that Prof just left, this raid on Mary ODILI. So the magistrate in Wuse Zone 6 that signed the search warrant, he said that he was conned. They gave him misinformation to get him to sign what essentially was an illegal raid order, and he quickly revoked that, having realized what was done to him. The office, of course, of Abubakar Malami, Attorney General of the Federation, we are never far from there for any wrongdoings in the country. So now they've now gone to raid and intimidate this woman in her home. The EFCC have they very quickly moved to say, no, this wasn't us, but at the SSS, they are just a bit fumbling in the mouth in their denial. But certainly the raid took place and the order was given by justice that was conned to do it. So what are you making of this development? The second most senior Supreme Court justice raided like some, common criminal.
That is shameful and embarrassing. Why are they denying? Why is the SSS, DSS, why are they denying? The magistrate that signed the warrant, he came out and said that he regretted signing that warrant. Why are they denying that they didn't go to that Supreme Justice ODILI'S house to harass them there? So to me, they knew what they were doing. What they went for to harass her and intimidated her is best known to them. So, but they couldn't, they've seen it that they have embarrassed themselves, and that is why they are denying. It's so shameful that the office of Attorney General can rush quickly. That means the incident, according to the report, that one Jubril living next to Justice ODILI'S house was the one that called. It means that it didn't take too long time after he called before they swung into action.
Let me bring you what they are hinging this just crass crudish act on. Armed operatives had stormed ODILI'S residence bearing a warrant that was issued based on a whistleblower's information from Aliyu Umar, an Abuja resident. Umar had deposed on October the 13th that there were illegal activities going on at number 9 Imo Street, Maitama, that should warrant immediate action from the law enforcement. So this is what they hinged raiding Igbo style, the residence of a Supreme Court judge on. Umaru Aliyu from Abuja says go and raid her.
Oh, okay. Now, Aliyu called on the 13th. He called on the 13th of October, and they went and processed the search warrant before raiding the place yesterday. It happened yesterday, right?
Well, that's the reading. Yes, on Friday they said, yeah.
Okay, so that tells me that they knew what they were doing. They knew that's the house of the justice, and they have to go through the process of the law before they go in there to search the house. They have different mission why they went there, and it's not Danladi that called, according to them. They went there for a purpose. They went to search the house. Maybe they could find something incriminating against that woman because she's an Igbo woman. They believe that every Igbo person is a potential IPOB. That is, even though she's a Supreme Court justice, an Igbo in the military, an Igbo in police, as a police officer, an Igbo trader. Every Igbo to them is a potential IPOB. And that is why they went to that woman house to search.
You know, you're right, Ajanle Koko. Every Igbo person, I think you are. That is my sentiment too. What you just said, that these people, they consider every Igbo person a potential IPOB, trader, whatever, market hawker, lawyer, accountant, doctor. Every person that is Igbo, these people, they consider them to be IPOB. You remember once when we were doing some article that some senior person of northern extraction in some parastatal, he went and parked illegally in some place, and the attendant was telling him to move his car, and he was slapping him. And when he reported, he said the guy was IPOB and he wanted to attack him because the guy is from the east. All of the north, they say the easterners, all of the easterners as IPOB. That's just how they see them.
That is it, one man. They are trying to get something in that house. Possibly, maybe they can get some document, a bank account statement, and some other things that they can now go behind, X-ray, analyze it, and use against that woman, maybe for corruption or for some other things. You know, they are having this thing against the husband already, according to maybe the report you read. The husband passport was seized some time ago. So they could use the husband case against her. They will paint it the way they did against the former Supreme Court Chief Justice, just to take her out from that position. Because that position she occupied, they believe she will hold a balance in the judgment against KANU. So they want to eliminate KANU by all means. And what they could do is to take that woman out, take some other Southerner, if possible, out of strategic position, so that they can get them occupied by Fulani, and then they can continue their atrocities against the people of Nigeria. So
this is also partly in preparation for 2023 as well. We saw what they did to Justice Onoge. So this is another move for 2023, isn't it? They want to clear the Supreme Court for the sort of justice that they want to do in 2023.
Get it dominated with their own people, so that they are in control of everything. They will control the judiciary, they control the legislature, they control the army, they control the executive arm of government, they control the immigration, they control the custom, they control everything, and they'll be in total control. That is what they are doing. Look, people that are connected to the world power, to the world powers, have informed you people that Islamization and Fulanization agenda is ongoing. But you people in that country are not listening. Obasanjo have informed you. He's not just saying it. Obasanjo is a detribalized Nigerian rather. He is #1 lover of that country. If you want to rank people that really love that country. So Obasanjo will not say anything that will tear that country down. He's not saying it out of sentiment. He said it with fact that he had in his hand. This is what they're doing. They are perceived every Igbo person everywhere as a potential IPOB. That woman is seen as a potential IPOB. Let us take her out, take her replaced with our own man or our own person, so that, yes, we can dominate that space. And that is why you see the SSS, DSS, they cannot be bold to say they went and searched that woman's house, because they knew what they did was wrong. They knew that they lied to the justice, to the magistrate to get that warrant. And I commend that magistrate for coming out quick to say to the world that these people lied to
and
me.
revoked
it immediately.
But Adanle Koko, what does this portend for the average Nigerian? So this woman, Mary ODILI'S, she's a judge, not just a judge, a justice of the Supreme Court, the highest echelon of the judicial system in Nigeria. She's not just a justice of the Supreme Court, she's the second most senior justice in the Supreme Court. And they just, off the back of some made-up Aliyu from Aliyu Umar, a resident of Abuja, says there's suspicion in her house, and they go and raid her. So if that can happen, then what then for the average Nigerian? You know, you can just walk the streets and they just say, I don't like you, they shoot you. It's a real weight what is going on in that country, you know. It's just, how can that even happen? You know, you go and tell lies to a magistrate to get a dubious search warrant from a dodgy character that calls himself Umar, to go and raid the home of the second most senior Supreme Court justice in the country. This is what happened. This was what happened on Friday, Ajanle Koko.
hey, one man. We know there's no hope. The ordinary Nigerians doesn't have any right in that country at all. So that one is clear to everybody. You don't have to tell. No Nigerians, a common person, have no right at all before this criminal law enforcement agency. They don't respect human rights. They don't respect the right of anybody. So if you were to be just ordinary person, do you think they will go and get warrant before they go and, you know, and raid that house? They won't, because they know that nothing is going to happen. But because they knew this is the home of the Supreme Court's justice, that is why they went through the process of the law to get the search warrant. And it wasn't because of any report, as they reported, not because of any call by Danladi, as they call it, or Umar, as they call it, but it was because of one reason or the other that is best known to them. They knew why they went there. They were going there to search the place so that they can get something incriminating against that woman and use that to take her out. That's the same thing they did to the former Supreme Court, the head of the Supreme Court. What's the name of the South man? Onogen. That is what they did against him. Where is the case against him today? Have we heard anything? Have they sentenced him? Have they done anything in compliance of the law against him? Has he been accused? Has he been charged for anything? Has he been indicted for anything rather? No, what they wanted to achieve then, let's take him out so that we can put our own man there, so that we can rig the election. If we get to Supreme Court, yes, we will find our way, you know, to emerge as the winner. So the same thing they are trying to do against this woman. They want to take all the Southerner out of the strategic position. Remember, before even the Inspector General of Police, or maybe the Chief of Army Staff, who is there now as the head of the army, the person that's supposed to occupy that position, the person in line after Buratai, was an Igbo man. What did they do? They went and take somebody in line, number 13 position. They retire all the rest of the Southerner in the position of power. They took them out. That is the Fulanization agenda we are talking about.
Adanle Koko, let me add this on to what you are saying. The SSS, in a Gestapo manner, raided the homes of John Okoro and Sylvester Ngwata, who is now deceased, alongside the residents of Adeniyi Ademola and Nnamdi Dimgba of the Federal High Court in Abuja. So all of those names, they are justices that have been raided still by the SSS, DSS. So the names again, John Okoro, Sylvester Ngwata, so Justice John Okoro, Justice Sylvester Ngwata, Justice Adeniyi Ademola, and Justice Nnamdi Dimgba, and now add on Justice Mary Odili. So those are the people being raided by the DSS. So, so there we are. Have we lost Adanle Koko? Okay, we seem to have lost Adanle Koko temporarily. So, Ovie, you step in and...
Good morning from the God's own country.
Well, you are not in Oyo now. With God's own country? Are you in Oyo laughing?
Where's that?
Yeah?
Where do I start from? I think we have a little topic here, if I'm not mistaken, that of ODILI'S and the president, the current commander general of the federation.
Yes, Abubakar Malami.
Abubakar Malami. But I think in that, I don't think it's him. You know, it's him really. I think that's Amechi's handwork.
Really?
What you are seeing playing out there is because of I mean, this is my own observation. This is my opinion. Because of 2023 governorship election in Rivers State, it is between Amechi and, of course, the current governor, which is currently loyal to ODILI. And the main argument there is which quarter is going to produce the next governor in Rivers State. Is it the river area? And I think that's what Amechi is going for. Amechi wants the governorship to be, going to the river area, especially the Ogoni people who has not governed the state since inception. And I think, I suspect that was happening. I mean, whether you like it or not, ODILI'S is still very, very, very strong and important in that state. So it's not necessarily his wife. Yes, his wife is the chief judge, and they are just trying to get to Peter and see what they are up to in that regard, and see exactly who is in their formation that they are considering. So this is a fight between the Amechi. That's, remember I say a couple of weeks back.
One man, I'm back.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, continue.
Yeah, no, carry on, Koko. All right.
So as I've said, you can see the pattern. All the Southerner judges, they've been arresting, they've been harassed and molested. That is the pattern. That's Nigerian, Nigerian style. When you are in a position that you are managing well or you are doing well, that you don't give them the way, to manipulate you one way or the other, they will use something against you to take you out. That's Nigerian state style. So it's unfortunate that that woman can be, they can just use a corny way to get search warrant and went into her house to intimidate her family. Molested her, and all this is embarrassing. And they are just showing themselves to the whole world. The whole world is watching. This administration will come to an end. Whether we like it or not, it's going to come to an end. But what are we going to do against people that are in position of power today, terrorizing Nigeria? That is what we should be thinking about. All these people, we should fight hard to make them.
That was what Shoyinka was saying yesterday as well, that we have to move hard against these people. We cannot say we're going to wait 18 months any longer, because every day they ratchet up and ratchet up. They raided now the house of the second most senior justice in the country. So that's now not a bar anymore that cannot be crossed, because they've crossed it now. So what next are they going to cross? And they continue to cross and cross all that is sacred and holy within that country for spurious and vague reasons. And we are saying, let's just wait. That 18 months is a long time, and a lot of damage can be done in one day, never mind in 18 months.
Oh, yeah.
Tomorrow
these are enemy of the
nation. More alarming stuff,
These people are enemy of the country. Malami was the one that gave that order that went to apply for it is the office of Malami. This is the most dangerous attorney general for the country. He never won any case. There's no case that he has ever won.
Ovie is saying is Rotimi Amechi. This is what Ovie is saying.
What has Rotimi Amechi done?
I don't know. He always tries to.
This is pure politics. So I don't understand. You guys should see it now, but as we go on, you will see them clearly.
All right. Okay.
Go ahead.
So that's my take on all this. It's just unfortunate, and Nigeria should not sit by. Judges, the rest of the judges, I think they should take action. The Supreme Court judge, who is the should all the justices of the Supreme Court should stand up against it, because injustice against one of them, they should see it as injustice against all of them, and they should do something about it. They should call this guy Malami to order. They should stand up against him. That is one thing. That is the favor they can do. They should press.
I think that guy should be derobed. He should be derobed. Yes. At least as a son, they should derobe him. Yeah.
The NBA should stand up for what he has done. The Supreme Court justices, all of them, should stand up against this. All the court decisions should stand up against it, because you cannot intimidate the judiciary. What power does he have to intimidate judiciary, to intimidate a Supreme Court justice? This is alarming. It's alarming. So if all of them don't stand up against this criminality that's been perpetrated by Malami, it will happen to every one of them, particularly all the Southerner in that position. It will happen to every one of them, one after the other.
All right. Ajanle Koko, for reasons of time, let me quickly move you on to the next talking point. We spoke about this at length yesterday. We spoke about this at length yesterday. The shooting that took place, DSS officers are taken down. And we were saying just yesterday, that no matter how you choose to color it, they will make the attribution to ESN and IPOB, whether they are guilty or not, and they will move swiftly against them. The spit had not even hit the floor from that conversation, and swiftly they move against them. Army take down IPOB gunmen behind attack on DSS officers in Anambra. So 4 people taken down, graphic images, etc. Now they'll be telling us, some people will come here now and be telling us that it is acting. It is. But what are you making of it, Adanle Koko? Very swiftly they move just to take down 4 people in Igbo land.
But those people that they said they took down, they are not IPOB. They are claiming that they are. No, they didn't claim. Those guys didn't claim they are IPO. They call themselves EMG, or what is it? BMG, Biafran Nation something. I can't remember that's what they claim in their video. They didn't say they are IPOB. And then this report is telling us that the military have taken down those people that killed their colleagues. So those people that killed them are not IPOB, they are BMG. Those guys said it. But now they are now coming out now for the military to say, oh, we have killed the IPOB and ESN that killed our colleagues yesterday. That is another lie. State lies every time. These guys are not IPOB. They didn't claim to be IPOB. They were not IPOB. Why are they putting on IPOB? But we know the reason why they are doing so. Everything that happened in that space, they want to blame it on IPOB. And blaming it on IPOB is blaming it on Nnamdi Kanu. So that is who they are after. Is really Nnamdi Kanu that they want to hack. They want to make sure by all means that this guy, let us hack him down. So it is a game that they are playing. And it should be clear to everybody. Those guys that carried out the attack yesterday, they are not IPOB. They are a different organization. Senator ABARIBE has alerted us some few weeks back that they have about over 33 different organizations fighting for Biafra state in the Eastern Zone. He told us clearly. So most of the things happening there are carried out by not even IPOB. Even the sit at home, the Monday sit at home, IPOB have directed people that we have stopped it. We just only want to go to, we call for stay at home any day that they are taking Nnamdi Kanu to court. But the other different organizations.
Please let me interject for a minute. Good morning to you all, gentlemen, and good morning to all Nigerians watching us this morning. So, Ajani Koko, yes, IPOB might claim they are not the one, but how does it make sense? Their radio station, Simon Epa, on social media, on all their YouTube channels, that's what they are saying. They are calling on people to sit at home. How do you differentiate it?
Well, that is the area of conflict there. The IPOB here, they have issued a statement that, hey, people should go to work. We don't want to stop people going to work on every Monday. People should return to work on every Monday, but only when Nnamdi Kanu is only on the court case that Nnamdi Kanu will be taken to court, that they will observe sit at home. But people, for one reason or the other, because of the fear of other organizations that are saying that, yes, that sit at home must continue. People still continue to observe that sit at home. So, but like you said, if Simon Okpa continue to chant on Radio Biafra that sit at home every Monday, and those one in Nigeria are saying that they should not, that's a conflict there. So I will agree with you that that sit at home can still be blamed somehow on IPOB, because one week is saying continue, another week saying continue. So who are we going to be? Who are we going to hold responsible? So that's a good observation there. We agree with you. They didn't manage that space well. But for the killing of those people that the army is reporting now, they are not IPOB. They're a different organization. They should stop lying to the nation. And lie doesn't run a nation. Lie destroyed the nation. And that is why we continue we are sliding down every day as a nation. We are not achieving anything but destruction every day, disaster every day, because we have a nation in charge of criminals, in charge of incompetent people that doesn't run the state with openness and transparency. Everything is based on lies and propaganda. It's unfortunate.
Oh, all right. Thank you, Ajanle Koko. So, Ajanle Koko, for reason of time, let's move on quickly to Ovie. So, Ovie, you were already interjecting when Ajanle Koko had to just recalibrate. And you have a different spin then on what happened to Mary Odili, the Justice of the Supreme Court space. So, what's your take on that?
Yes, I'm insisting that this is handwork of Amechi, and it's a political machinery towards 2023. Who governs the state and their chance at the presidential level. Yes, he's using the Malami, of course.
Ovie, why? What kind of hatred do you have for Amechi? What is Amechi's hand in this? When Malami issued the search warrant, why do you want to blame Amechi now?
No, Ajanle Koko, just listen to me now. This is
your speculation. It gets K-Lego.
No, only Ovie can go there. Go on there.
because all these fights are not personal to them. These are not personal. Malami is not doing whatever he's doing because of no. He has political ambition. So however he can help, he can be in a position. I mean, we are still one man. His name keep coming up every now and then as a possibly candidate, either as a vice president. Malami, right? We could, once in a while, his name come into the picture. So he has political ambition. Now, let me take it for
he has political ambition in his own home state.
Yes,
not at the federal level.
In politics, however you can get help to get your ambition through, you go for even if it's in America or even if it's in Saudi Arabia, however you can get your support, right? But Ajanle Koko, I don't know if you are in Nigeria in political scene as at that 2007, Peter Odili was actually one of the front runners to be president from that region. And one of the reasons, I'm not saying the major, one of the reasons that they scream here is because they say that he's an Igbo man in 2007. That's why they went for a son of the soil from that region. And they are still making that argument again now. If they say this son of the Igbos from that region should not be sidelined again. And whether we like it or not, OBI is still an heavyweight. So what you are seeing here is to make sure you break every possible competitor, and that's what Amechi is doing. If you remember, about a couple of weeks ago, his passport was held at the airport by the immigration. That's Peter Odili. they had to fire that one. So all this thing is just part of that. I don't know what that woman is. I mean, it's a judge. She wasn't. She's not necessarily a saint. If you look at throughout the her husband administration and all that, she constantly made the news and all that kind of stuff. So that's my take on that. This is beyond. It's actually towards 2023. Who govern the state and their possibility?
You see that what you have said is just too flimsy.
Okay,
but I'm not going to push you on that because we're just going to we're going to go into territories that I don't want to go into.
I wouldn't
it's too flimsy. But then of course you always say all this flimsy. You always say that it was Rotimi Amechi that picked up the phone to Abubakar Malami to go and order some judge to get some illegal search warrant to go and search the home of the second most senior. It's too far-fetched.
The search warrant was not illegal. It was not illegal.
If it's legal, if it's based on a misrepresentation, what do you mean? What due process? Aliu Umar tells a lie.
There was
and then
a
justice
under affidavit
Aliu Umar again. Aliu Umar. This is the thing.
So it's not illegal.
It's illegal if it's based on a falsehood.
And Nigerian judiciary, they do not have immunity. They are not above the law.
Oh, right. Okay.
And we cannot paint them like this scent that you want to claim.
Sorry. What are you claiming exactly? Did you hear the narrative, Jafar?
Yes, I heard
that one Aliu Umar said there was some suspicious activities in the house of the second most senior justice in the entirety of Nigeria. That's Aliu Umar, a resident of Abuja, said there was illegal activity, and off the back of that, Abubakar Malami goes and gets some lie-told affidavit from a justice to tell lies to a magistrate to get what essentially now is an illegal search warrant to go and Sunday Igbo style upon the house of the second most senior justice. What are you talking about, Najafar? You have to sometimes calibrate these things before you say it. What are you talking about?
I'm not. I don't want to go into the realms of speculation. It doesn't matter who the spy is. The law allows a private citizen, when you notice something, you can report it to the intelligence community. And when the intelligence community adjusts that statement to be credible, it doesn't have to be absolutely credible.
You know you are leaping. You are leaping. No. You are leaping through so many hurdles to make the point you are trying to make, which is a very feeble point anyway. You are saying nobody is above the law. Nobody is suggesting anybody is above the law. We are saying due process. Due process was not followed. Due process will be first to interrogate that person to see what his interest is, to interrogate the evidence to see if what he's saying is, to go through the proper process to get a proper warrant and then effect that warrant. So that is how due process is. That was not what happened. Some random Malami, some random Aboki that I'm pretty sure Aliu Umar is not even a person. It's just some random nonsense. So says illegal activities, which is an ambiguous statement. So what did they interrogate what that illegal activity is? No. Did they interrogate? Please, Ovie, please. Did they interrogate who this Aliu Umar is? No. Now, the magistrates that they went to, they gave him false information to get that affidavit. And then off the back of a dubious character of unknown quantity, telling a fantasized narrative to a lead security organization, they off the back of that then go and get a dubious search warrant to go and raid the home of the second most senior justice in Nigeria. And you're talking about what is due process in that? What are you talking about?
They obtained a search warrant to search the home of Mr. Peter Odili, who is under investigation. Unfortunately, who happens to be the husband of a Supreme Court judge. So we have to put it under at the right perspective. It's not because she is married to
But Peter Odili is under investigation by the EFCC now.
You say what?
Peter Odili is under investigation by the EFCC.
Yes.
Is on their watch list.
He is on their watch list.
Right.
So if you get information about illegal activity going into his home, would that not be a red flag?
Okay. All right.
My problem is that what is illegal activity?
Hold on, please. Let me have this conversation with Jafar Umar Ovie. So now, Jafar, listen to this. The Economics and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has distanced itself from the invasion of the home of Mary Odili, a justice of the Supreme Court in Abuja. The SSS also denied it, but what essentially has happened is that because this was a public, but in a public statement on Friday night by EFCC spokesman Wilson Uwajeren, the agency said the media report is false and it did not carry out any operation at the home of Justice Odili. If there was any such operation as claimed by the media, it was not carried out by the EFCC. So the EFCC, who are the people investigating Peter Odili, they've very quickly moved to put out a public statement with their front face to say that we are not behind this. So if you are saying it's under investigation and the people investigating him said they never ordered the raid, who ordered it?
Nigerian security agencies are empowered by law. They can obtain a search warrant anytime from the judge and effect their duty. That's legal. We can't be emotional about this.
No, you are the one being emotional.
No,
you are deviating from. No, forget. No, because don't deviate from fact. No, you said you don't want to be emotional, so don't deviate from fact. Stay with fact. So don't speculate. Stay with fact. EFCC said they did not order it.
Was obtained legally, one man.
It was not. It was not obtained legally. It was obtained on a falsehood and very quickly revoked. Do you not understand that? How does that calibrate with you? It was obtained under falsehood and the magistrate quickly revoked it, that they lied to me.
How do you revoke a search warrant which has been already searched? I mean, how does it make sense? Are you revoking it before the search was carried out?
For the records, no, it doesn't matter. But for the records, he's essentially removing it, making it then an illegal act. You don't. All of that don't permutate with you. That
no,
the magistrate. It doesn't make sense.
You can only revoke.
Are you a lawyer? Are you a justice? What are you talking about? On what authority are you making all this? Come on, man. What are you doing, man? What are you doing?
How does it make sense?
No, Jafar.
My goodness.
Jafar.
I rated you better than this, you know.
For record purposes, it can be revoked after being used to carry out that case.
Are you meaning it can be expunged or revoked? Those are two different things.
Well, don't go there. Don't let us go too far. That expunged or this thing. It's been revoked. It's been revoked based on a fraudulent way it was obtained. You know that you now in United States you have driver license, even though you are still using it, can still be revoked. Already been given to you.
That's different.
You've been using
when driver's license has to expand, there is an expiration date. When it's
what I'm saying, if you violated, hold on. If you look, your expiration date doesn't matter. If you do something contrary to law, they can revoke your driver license based on your criminality. They don't want you to drive. They feel your driving ability is dangerous to the state. They can revoke it. So the same thing with that thing, man.
Let me just move it on, just for reasons of time. But it's now established, Jafar, Lai Mohammed in training. So we have a Lai Mohammed in training now in our midst. So back to you, Ovie.
I take that like an honor. I take it like a badge of
There
honor.
you are. But you have to work hard now because we are catching you so easily. So you have to work hard now.
I take that like a badge of honor.
So back to you, Ovie. So now this we say crime and justice cause and effect. Army take down IPOB gunmen behind attack on DSS officers in Anambra. So just quite quickly, barely 24 hours elapsed when the authorities moved in to, as they claim, take down the people that were responsible for taking down DSS officers yesterday. So what are you making then of that? Are you buying this, or are they just going around to Imo to just Anambra to just choose 4 random Igbo youths as usual?
I think what's his name? The spokesperson to the presidency, Adamu. What he said a couple of days ago that almost let me and Okusien almost go physical. That the command structure is broken. This is a situation whereby I say, oh, it's IPOB, oh, it's not IPOB. Somebody's actually arguing with you that Simeon Ekpa is not speaking from Biafra region. I mean, that's exactly what Garba was trying to say, that the capture of Nnamdi Kanu has led that organization to be in disarray. Now, whether you say na them do am or na them do am, there's a fact that there are some people who are claiming that na them. And there are also a fact that they are saying, oh, this one are not. So the question the fact remains as there is the other organizative structure is broken. And that's exactly what you are saying here. You know, if such a thing could happen, you know, vividly to everybody, and it's still argument who did it, who doesn't do it, who's it. And that's to tell you the political the political machine that set the agitation rolling. It's coming to it's coming out for everybody to see. I think as time goes on, I will see more where I'm coming from with my phrase that everything are politics. When I started this thing at the beginning, say this agitation that we are seeing today is all because of 2023, and everybody carry cutlass won't cut my head. It's happening. It is happening. So it's sad that people are just blood is being shared. For how long? Just for some people personal interest, as far as I'm concerned. This is just some few people personal interest, but innocent people are dying. You know, Nnamdi Kanu, all of a sudden, even his silence is now golden. So yeah, there's a confusion among the tribes. So I stick with what Garba was trying to say a couple of days ago, and that's what you are saying.
You see, it will never end within the Nigerian space. Just look at this random comment that this character is making. 3 gunmen shot dead by DSS turned out to be Fulani men. So this is it now. The Fulani men in Anambra State. This is it. But
at this point, it's very easy to use the Fulani men. So if you happen for America, say go say that Fulani men.
There you go.
After Chicago.
You see. Thank you.
Yeah, people don't know about that Fulani man, not be Fulani man, but you know anything.
No, Jafar is Hausa, I think, not Fulani, but
Well, yeah, but it's just it's sad, it's funny, but for me, as I say, everything are politics.
All right, thank you, V. Just for reasons of time, let me just press on. Let's go on to James now, who joins us. James, good to see you again. James, are you there? James, Midwest people, otherwise known as James.
Good afternoon. Okay.
Good afternoon to you. So let me take you then to the. We can't hear you. You are fading in and out.
Okay, I say long time. How's everything?
Yeah, we're all well. Thank you. Good to see you again. Let me take you quickly then to the talking point. Army take down IPOB gunmen behind attack on DSS officers in Anambra. So I'm sure you've been following the story that a DSS convoy was of security personnel just supporting the Anambra election was attacked yesterday with people losing their lives, etc. And it looks as though then the army has acted swiftly now, and they've taken down 4 people in Anambra are claiming that they are ESN slash their IPOB operatives. So what are you then making then of this swift action by the army? And do you just think they've just gone look at four young people in Anambra State and just gunned them down? What do you think is playing out there?
It's very sad that we are in this kind of situation. We are talking about life here, and I cannot trust Nigeria government. Perhaps these four guys are just innocent Igbo boys, and they just have to play their game in a manner that they will have the support of Nigeria. So in other words, they can stage any lie and kill innocent people and name them IPOB, ESN or whatever. I don't blame them completely. I blame also the IPOB who enact this ESN, defining them as a group of volunteers that are going to keep the forest of the bright and safe. And if you harm people and the structure like what I call commanding structure that can give discipline within their ranks, so that can guarantee discipline within their ranks, then it's a total fucked up. So that is what ESN is facing today. Most of street guys, people that are not disciplined, people that don't even know why they call them ESN or whatever, have hijacked the whole thing. I have to be sincere. So, and it's a big problem. It's very shameful. It's very shameful because this thing that is happening out of pain. People don't just wake up to go and be ESN, or maybe they want to go and challenge the government. Something is motivating them, and what is motivating them is injustice. So, and that is number one thing. And again, it is very clear that Nigeria is jarring towards a direction of Islamization and Fulanization. So it's very clear, even to the layman in the street. I think the killing of these guys, I don't even know whether they are ESN. I can call them a very young, vibrant Igbo youth. They just kill them and they label them.
I think that is essentially the criteria for ESN. Young, vibrant Igbo person is to the authorities. They are ESN. That they don't want to really know. You can be a lawyer, organizer, a trader, a businessman, a doctor, whatever. You are young, you are Igbo, you are ESN.
My greatest worry is that if care is not taken, from what is happening in the eastern part of Nigeria, that is how the whole country will descend into armed struggle. Because every country that have collapsed or that are in armed struggle always start from one portion. And most cases, it just start from people agitating, people just coming out peacefully to demonstrate, staging up a peaceful revolution, talking, and the government refused to answer. Gradually, you see some group taking arm. And that's how it will spread all over the country. People are very hungry. And more hunger lies ahead. So my worry is that the federal government of Nigeria should understand that if it becomes a food crisis, they are not going to survive. The country is not going to survive. There's no two ways about it.
All right. James, let me quickly move you on to another talking point. No election in Anambra order did not come from Nnamdi Kanu. So it is Senator ABARIBE saying this. So we've been hearing that they are looking to shut down the Anambra elections, the Eastern Space, the IPOB, the Simon Ekpa, all of that narrative. They are attacking essentially that Anambra election. But Senator ABARIBE, of course, a man of level head, he then went to the head of the structure to say, did you give this order? And Nnamdi Kanu pointedly stared him in the eye and said, I never gave that order. So now, who now is behind this attempts to shut down the Anambra election that we're seeing? And does this lend to the narrative that there are so many splinter groups now within IPOB that essentially the thing is falling off at the seams? So what are you making of that? Nnamdi Kanu distanced himself from wanting to shut down Anambra election.
For me, I don't think it is strange anyway, because in a time of struggle like this, many things can easily play out. So, and I strongly believe that the IPOB, they are still intact. That's why they have division, they have differences. Some element may try to hijack it, but the seat at home is the tools for them to fight the federal government so they can listen to their cry that indeed we are a body to be reckoned with. We are no longer that IPOB you can push aside where, you can just push aside just like that. So I think sit at home will be very good for this Anambra election, because if they have waited to enact this sit at home against this election, it would have been better. And I think that was what Samaikpa was trying to do. Let's test it whether it will work and stop it immediately. But trying to stop it, it was unable to stop. I don't know whether you understand. I reserve it towards during this election period. But I think sit at home during election period will be very, very good, because they have to free KANU'S. If Nigeria is a serious country, what is going on in the Southeast is enough for all Nigerians to sit down, the Senate, the House of Representatives, and call a body to debate and talk about this issue. But because it's a country of my pocket, your pocket, whether I don't really understand, the people representing all that, they are just there for themselves, except a new group have to take this country by surprise. So that is when things will change in the that is when things will become so clear to them, so their understanding that indeed Nigeria is for anybody.
All right, thank you, James. And to the raid on Mary Odili, the senior justice, Supreme Court justice's home, as a lot of mysteries around the circumstances of that raid. But what are you making of it? Another taboo crossed within the Nigerian space.
For me, it's an evidence that Nigeria is a lawless country, and it's a country that is not built that is not built on the rule of law. So they don't have regard for the system. What is ruling Nigeria is power, and that is why Buhari just selected his people into all the various key positions that have to do with the force of the country. So they can go to any length. They don't respect anybody. If Obasanjo is not low, Osinbajo is not loyal, they can go and raid his house. So there's no rule of law.
I will not be surprised, you say that now as an extreme, but within the next 2 weeks, if we are now reading how Abubakar Malami orders them to go and raid Yemi Osinbajo's home, nobody will be surprised.
Yeah, sorry, one man. That is what I wanted to ask. What do you term illegal activity? Because that's a very broad statement. I will just look you, I don't like you, I will just go to security to say there's illegal activity going on.
But that is the point I was making to Jafar now. He's saying due process was followed. Some random called Aliyu Umar says something illegal is happening. You did not investigate. You did not investigate who Aliyu Umar is. You did not investigate what gripe he has with the lady or not. You did not find out exactly what that illegal activity is. And then you go and get some shaky.
That should be the more concern. That's scary because if you don't like me, you just go tell police that they do illegal.
Let me clear out something.
Sorry, UK, let James round off, and then I'll come to you immediately because I'm pushing it. I'm just want to push it through now. But James, you round off, and then I'll go to.
The thing is this: Nigeria, as it is as a country, is a country that is built on lawlessness, even from the day of its foundation. So if you look at the way the colonial masters set up the structure, and that is the structure we are still using, it's a structure that lacks foundation for human rights. So all these police, DSS or whatever, if you look at the way they are being structured in Nigeria, they are structured to answer to the man in command, not law of the land. So they can do anything. Once people just gang up and press the button and tell them go and do this, they will go. If the Senate is not loyal to them today, Buhari can organize the DSS to go and raid all of them in that Senate and nothing will happen.
Well, but we saw that now when, what is it, Maman Daura, when he rolled troops on the Senate.
Yeah. So these things, we should understand where we are standing. Nigeria, for me, I strongly believe either we rise up in the South and do something different, then they will consume the whole of us. That's all.
All right.
Because our leaders are not ready to fight for us. Those people you are hearing, their big name, they can't do anything. Like what is happening to Igbo, let me quickly tip in. You think only the federal government is in this without the collaboration of some Yoruba leaders? It's totally impossible for them to operate. Even this KANU in the situation, it is Igbo leaders that are involved also. That is why they are doing what they are doing. The entire Southern leaders are ready to sell us out to them. I'm just telling you, it's only God that is going to help us. until fresh people will now realize it, that these guys are the real enemy. Let's do something different. We are not going to get out of this situation.
All right, God day. Just
Yeah.
one thing. I want people not to use that term colonial masters anymore, because the colonials are not masters of anybody. A better term would be colonial interlopers, because that is what they are. They are interlopers, not anybody's master. But I thank you, James.
No,
Why we don't call them bandits or
they
terrorists?
should be called colonial criminals.
Yes,
Or
but
terrorists,
I've
colonial terrorists.
hated that. They say colonial, even on media spaces, they say colonial masters. You know, colonial master. Somebody comes into your
Colonial
land
thieves.
and they savage you, and they are your master.
Colonial terrorists.
All right, let's go on to UK, who was wanting to come in. So UK, come in at that point you wanted to come in, and then sweep up the Mary Odili narrative as you're going. So UK, to you.
Yeah, one thing I want to well, let me just rush to my point. One, Nigeria.
No, don't rush. Take your time, but
okay.
you know, yeah.
Okay. One, since the country is not well structured, and there have not been justice and fairness and equity in that country, so all these things we are talking, if those things doesn't come in play in Nigerian in Nigerian place, there's nothing can happen in that country. This quagmire, will be there till kingdom come. So those people who are going to raid that woman's house, Malami, is it 1 month ago? Are you not the one that see all the property Malami owns in the northern space? Have anyone come out and asked how much does he make? How much does the federal government pay him to build that kind of mansion?
Not in Nigeria alone, even in Dubai, my brother, UK, in Dubai.
No, let's just talk the one we are seeing. Let's just talk the one we are seeing. Then another question I want to ask, President Buhari, during his tenure as a PTF chairman, all those money he looted and take it to his own coffin. Have anybody come and talk about the money?
I'm interested in that too. If PDP win, we will know how much it actually costs to make Buhari president. I am interested in that too. But if PDP no win, we will never know.
So that's the three things I want to marshal out, on this platform. So
yes,
for the fact this fairness, equity, and justice have never come to our land, there's nothing that will change the game. The game will still be the same until kingdom come. We are not moving. We are not going. We'll just be stagnant. So this treaty must come to play before things will down down, or tension will down down in that country. That's all I want to say.
Thank you, UK. To what you are saying, UK, and to what Ove interjected, a lot of what is in play is actually more about that space than anything else. So these guys have looted almost global records, sort of stealing. We all see it now. We've played clips of people acquiring assets that is not only beyond their life history of work, or they just mass looting going on. So now, for them to get away with that mass looting, they have to be able to hold on to power post Buhari. So if PDP comes in, even somebody like Atiku that is that corrupt, if he sees the corruption that has taken place, everybody goes to jail. If anything outside of that Buhari clique comes in, everybody goes to jail. but hold on, Ovie, please. If they are able to hold on to that power in 2023, maybe not Buhari, but amongst their cliques, then they get away with the looting. So a lot of that, then they know they've done so much. The human rights abuse, the excessive looting, the brutality, the tribalism, the savagery, the Fulanization, so all of these things that they are doing, if power shifts to somebody that is not aligned with their thoughts, all of them, I cannot see. Abubakar Malami will be replacing Sambo Dasuki whenever it was
that my thinking too.
Yeah,
that was my thinking
too. So Ovie, you wanted to come in quickly, and then I'll move it on.
I'm saying that, but you are saying arrest. I wish we would see arrest. They will just expose how much has been stolen and blah blah blah, and they will leave us hanging. But you say Malami will go to jail. maybe that is the only person. If, as you said, if you find somebody who does not align with their thoughts, that guy might go to jail. But I don't think many in this administration will go to jail. Yes, there's a record looting going on, like heavily, that has never been seen before. That is why they keep insisting.
And if you look at how rich Nigeria is, then you are looking, because Nigeria is a 400 to 600 billion per annum economy, and that's just the baseline. Not so. That's the sort of money we are talking about.
I saw yesterday. 2 civil servants, they collect 301 buildings in Abuja there for their hand. Just civil servants have 301 different buildings.
The economists, they described Nigeria as a crime scene, and we, of course, I think they stole that from us, because we every day we call that place a crime. Nigeria is a crime scene now. But back to you, UK. So the army now, they move against the East, claiming to have taken down 4 ESN/IPOB members in response to what happened yesterday, which was alleged that IPOB/ASN took down. So what are you, is this how it's going to go now up to the election?
Well,
we're only
6
days away.
Yeah, we already said it, that for them bringing, those kind of security personnel or security operatives in that state, if you make any move, they will shoot you. Then they will tag you as IPOB or as ESN. I mean, that's my own opinion, because they are just there to shoot. They are not even there to even guide the election. So we pray that things will go. Just 6 days away, a week. Then let's see what is gonna happen. So, what I would just advise people, if you don't have any business going outside, you better stay in your house until the day goes by.
What we call that in Yoruba land, kolori doriemu. So it's a kolori doriemu situation. So thank you, UK. Let me go on to, you say, I've been building myself up to pronouncing your name, Chidiabere. I hope I got that right. So to you now, if you are still with us, Chidiabere, did I get that right?
Yeah, you tried.
Oh, all right, thank you. So see, that's now you tried. You can patronize me if you like, if I mispronounce your name. But go to the space then. The Supreme Court, Mary Odili, when they went to Sunday Igbo home in the dead of night as usual. So what are you making of that? Off the back of some shaky warrants that they got from a magistrate that they can't. So what are you making of all that?
Run me through the news again.
Okay, let me just take you to a different space then. So I'm sure you are following this, because I can already see from your flag that you are of a particular leaning. So yesterday you'd have heard, of course, how it was alleged that ESN/IPOB members took down DSS operatives that were providing security for the Anambra elections. So operatives taken down. So very quickly now, Army kills IPOB gunmen behind attack on DSS officers in Anambra. So they've now taken down 4 Igbo people now in Anambra State, claiming that they were responsible for that attack on the DSS formation that was securing elections in Anambra State. So what are you making of that? How quickly they've moved to respond to the attack yesterday? And how are they able to identify these people as the people responsible? Or have they just gone out and looked for 4 random young Igbo people and done as they always do? So to that, Chidebere.
That is Nigeria for you now. Propaganda. That's how they operate. Their modus operandi. You could remember when this man was assassinated in Imo State. I forgot his name.
Gulag.
Yeah, Gulag. When he was assassinated in Imo State, within 2 hours, they presented some individual. They claimed that they carried out the attack. I was like, where did you catch them? Like they committed some crime that could put them away for life in prison or even death sentence, and they remained in the same state. They did not run away. They were in a hotel, and you come and catch them, kill them, and presented some weapon they used in the operation. I mean, even an imbecile cannot even do that one. But I saw the picture of the people they presented as the unknown gunmen. Their physique is like full anime. Oh, I'm telling you the
No,
truth.
no, come, okay. Their physique. Okay, all right.
It's not the lie now.
All right now.
My brother, you see, nothing that you see,
we're back there again. It
there is
doesn't
not
take us
there,
long to get there.
nothing Nigeria cannot do does
Mm.
not exist.
Okay. Last month,
But their physique could be look like Fulani men. But are you willing, Chidebere, to concede that even though they may look like Fulani men, they may be Igbo men wearing silicone masks? You know, are they Igbo men wearing silicone masks to look like
Telecom mask.
Fulani men? Yeah,
No.
they are
After
not
they have
they are not wearing
after
silicone masks.
after they could have killed the people, they would have done some investigation on their body before presentation.
All
So,
right.
but I don't believe I don't see how three people can just be looking lanky like that and have this Fulani juju on their wrist.
Fulani Juju.
Yeah, now you don't know that they tie on their wrist now.
How are you able to identify it as? It's unbelievable. Are you sure you are not an unknown gun? Are you an unknown contributor? We have unknown government. Are you an unknown contributor on this panel? Are you an
Unknown government,
unknown
unknown men.
contributor? Unknown contributor. What are you talking about now? You see, this is the thing, though. This is what I was
No,
saying yesterday. That
Chidebere is making a lot of sense, my brother.
yeah, of course he is now. This is what I'm saying, that they reached to such a fanciful space. He was
Wow.
No,
wearing a Fulani charm, and he looks lanky. And look at that.
no, not.
We always go there, don't we?
No. I'm not saying him. I'm three of them. I'm just saying
Mm.
three of them,
Mm.
not him alone. Okay,
Yeah.
what about last month? The police shot at a man they thought to be an unknown gunman and he turned to be a DSS officer.
All
Have you
right.
heard about the news?
All right. Okay. Are there unknown gunmen in the east, Chidebere?
Anybody that has a gun is an unknown gunman. Could be from IPOB, could be from ESN, could be a private issue with somebody, assassination, business
Are
partner.
there? Okay, let me ask you this one, and just answer it directly as I ask it. Chidebere, are there Igbo unknown gunmen in the east? Are there? But in your opinion, are there
Of course,
Igbo? Huh?
of course, there
Uh-huh.
are Igbo.
Did you hear that,
Unknown gun-
Vin? Because Vin tells us that there are none.
No, no.
No, I
Just
didn't. No, man.
You
I beg
did.
you. I'm here. Don't shave my hair at my absence, please. I'm here.
There you are.
my perspective on non-government issue.
Go
If
on.
somebody with a gun carries out an attack, the person is a gunman. If he's unknown, he's an unknown gunman.
Mm.
If I had an issue with somebody and I assassinated the person with some people with guns and they were not known, they are unknown gunmen. So that is the way I see it.
Do you think unknown gunmen are essentially IPOB members, Chidebere?
No,
Are
I
they?
don't think. I don't think, but I believe that some of them may be sympathetic.
Not
Especially
IPOB, I mean ESN, I should say, yes. Do you think they are ESN, unknown
no.
gunmen?
ESN are not unknown gunmen.
But no, I don't say ESN are unknown gunmen, but I'm saying are unknown gunmen ESN. Are they like
No,
a
no, no,
satellite group within the
no,
ESN structure?
no. They are disciplined and they have a structure, just like
Mm.
a professional military. They have structure and they pay their commanders.
Right. Okay. All right. Thank you. Let me take you then to this space. No Anambra election order did not come from Nnamdi Kanu. So we know that there's a lot of move against the Anambra election going on at the moment. But Senator ABARIBE has gotten in touch directly with Nnamdi Kanu, who has distanced himself from attempts to bring to a halt and to stop the Anambra election. So who do you think then is propelling this move then to kibosh the elections in Anambra State?
I don't know, Sha, but what I know is that even Nnamdi Kanu
Oh, I
is
remember you now. You are the Unamu Dikano guy. Okay, yes.
yeah.
Yeah,
even
carry on.
even
Unamundi.
Nnamdi Kanu is the one that had the idea of sit at home. I don't think he will just acknowledge it in that prison, in the presence of ABARIBE, where there could be recording device. And I think he could be implicated, that could be implicative in the court. So I don't think even if he was the one that initiated it, he could admit it. But one thing I know is many people are sympathetic to that idea of sitting at home. They believe that it is yielding result, and people are obeying it out of love, and some people out of what will I call it, out of zealousness, are even carrying out, enforcing it. They see it as, and they believe that they could not even receive order from someone who is in prison. They believe that the person is under duress or maybe compromised. So they even if Nnamdi Kanu say something like this or through his brother lawyer, they don't believe that one.
All right. Thank you, Chidebere. So for reasons of time, let me go on to Vin, and then we round off just after that. So Vin, now to you. So you spent a lot of time on that space trying to distance the East from what took place yesterday when operatives of the ESN, when operatives of the DSS rather were taken out. You were coming up with all these things that you have military experience and it's subterfuge and it's abracadabra and whatnot. So the army responds now, and they've now taken down what they term as 4 ESN/IPOB members. So off the back of what happened yesterday, the army responds. What says you, Vin?
My brother, good afternoon, and good afternoon to everybody in the house. If you are looking for evidence as a professional, as a trained, let me say, conventional security operative, you want to get to the root of a particular incident to unravel the mystery behind this, series of attacks and killings within the area, within a particular vicinity, as a conventional or trained military or security apparatus or agent or whatever, and you kill those people, you are 1 million times away from convincing me that they are what you call them to be. That is my answer there. If you cannot, look, when you are dealing with an enemy, let me say enemy of the state, you have seen the enemy of the state. In order not to kill the person outrightly, because the military is trained to kill. One of the things that is in our mind when we were trained is either to kill you instanta or disable you so that you will not even have the strength to do anything again. But the primary motive of every trained conventional soldier is to eliminate you outrightly. That is how we were trained. Okay, and that's what makes us different from the police. But in this case, you want to unravel the mystery of this unknown gunmen or whatever, and you are killing those that you are suspecting that they are. You are destroying the evidence. You cannot convince me with my own experience. You can't convince me that they are what you call them to be.
They were engaged in gunfire, according to the report. Let me give you this. The troop made contact with the fleeing gunmen and engaged them in a firefight, neutralizing 4 of the criminals. The gallant officers recovered 2 AK-47 rifles, and then it goes on to list the series of what was recovered. So it was a gun exchange, according to the report.
Of course, that is what is going to happen. Look at when they kill, is it Ali, the former commander from before Shakao? This guy. If you have arrested this person, interrogate him, get information, and let us know those people that are sponsoring him. You eliminated him. And you come out to tell me that, oh, there are so many. I will not believe you. Look, for me, if I am in the war front in that manner, that is why I always tell people, the way the soldiers are trained, I may give you the rifle and stand in front of you, you won't get me. I may give you the rifle, give it to you, there are some certain things you will observe within a second, and you kill somebody immediately, because most of them doesn't have it. So if I am attacking you face to face, I will give you that opportunity, and I know that I will dismember you, or at least to get you, I will sacrifice everything to get you, because I am under the government. I have everything that it takes, if at all they do, to get you, or to secure myself in order to get you. And once I get you, I won't kill you. I will need you for interrogation. And once you do this, my brother, all these speculations coming left, right, and center will be thrown off. All this will be laid to rest. But when you go there, that is not the first time they've been killing innocent people and parading them as IPOB years then. It is there. The history that the videos are there. Even there was somebody they arrested, a student. The people knows him that he's a youth corper also that is serving. Going home, and they arrested him and branded him, showed him to the world that he's a terrorist, an IPOB terrorist. Until people started coming out, no, this is a youth corper that is serving as social place, some fair guy like that. These are some of the things they do. For me, if you kill, a culprit, a suspect, for me, you have a long way. You have a long way to convince me that is what you are claiming that they are. That's my position.
All right, thank you, Vin. So we're going to seek to round it off there. We've hit the 2-hour mark, and just for this one day, I'm determined not to go past that 2-hour mark. But I will reconvene, of course, for 10 o'clock, 10:10 this evening. So just get yourself ready for that. And then what you've not expanded on, come expand on it just for that time. So I'll leave it here. Carry the conversation on within the comment section. But here,
one more thing.
Yeah,
let's go. I will tell you the result later. I hope you watch it.
And I hope we give you a good beating, because we need. If we lose to you now, then we're still 4 points, and then we're getting further and further adrift. So we have all this Saudi money, but we could even fall out of the league, before we're able to buy players. We're falling further and further. And I don't want Chelsea running away with it. It looks as though Chelsea might well win the league, but I don't want them to run away with it.
I'm not predicting that Chelsea will win, because it's early.
No, but the way they are playing is indicating the only person that can stop them is Man City.
They are very swift. They are very fast.
Arsenal are dead. Manchester United, they got beaten 5-0. Liverpool are in the middle of nowhere, so the only team that can really counter them is Man City.
Arsenal won their own today, I think, against Leicester.
Yes, which surprises me, because they beat Leicester at home. Leicester was at home, so it looks as though Arteta might well have saved this job. But we reconvene.
Okay, you know what?
We discuss the results in the evening.
My team and your team, I wish you well. I wish myself well too. Let's go there.
I don't wish you well. I don't wish you well for the game, but I wish you well as a person. I hope we give you a thorough beating so I can mock you in the evening.
Thank you, boss. Thank you. God bless you, my brother. You're doing well.
Thank you. So I'll leave it here. Carry conversation on within the comment section, but here, say peace.